Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue. Yes, I'm back for 90 Day Fiance. Y'all, it's the last episode of the year and they won't be back next week, so I'll have a little break, but Power will be back. So it's not like I got any less videos to do, child. So let's go ahead and get into these notes because my phone about to die. So, Marcel told his family about the kids and now the wedding is off. Now, when I was listening to this conversation, I thought his people was like, yeah, you should just come home and find a woman in Turkey. But I didn't think it was mandatory. Like, it didn't sound like they were forcing him to do anything. So when he then talks to Anna about it and just makes it seem as if now he has to go home because his parents are so upset, it's like you 38 years old, bruh. You are 38 years old. What are they going to do? And then he runs they're aggressive, my family is very aggressive storyline with us. And I just kind of feel like if you are a 38-year-old man who decided to marry or engage yourself with a woman who has children outside of your culture, outside of your country, then you've obviously already done something that you knew your parents would not be okay with. So to get to this point, tell them, and now you're going to spend a whole episode in child's pose on the kitchen floor crying. I don't understand why she would want to be with someone who is this childlike. Like, I'm sorry, but I want an adult. I want somebody who is going to say, this is what I'm going to do with my life, and then that's that. And if their parents are upset about that, yes, that's a hard pill to swallow. But ultimately, like I said, I'm an adult. And I'm going to make the decisions that I want to make regardless of how my people may feel about that. So I feel like the kids felt like, what are we doing here? You're supposed to be an adult. Even the baby was like, he's supposed to say that I can do things. I'm a man. Like the little boy was saying that. So, I just think it's ridiculous at this point. But they had to talk to her mom and the two youngest kids. And the two youngest kids were obviously upset because they didn't think that they weren't going to get married. Like, the kids really thought that Marcel was going to stay around. The middle child was like, yeah, he's a bit annoying. But I think they got used to the idea of having another parent in the household and having someone to teach them things. A father figure. I think they were actually excited about that, regardless to the breakdown in communication and the language barrier between them, So to now have him telling them that because his parents are upset, he has to go home, everybody's upset about it. The mama is like, well, I'm done. I'm through. So how do we get his ass on a plane and back to Turkey? How do we get that popping immediately? Okay. So they end up sending him to a hotel and he's in the hotel all sad and everything. And he really wants to see Anna. But Anna, is acting bad, sending him text messages that she hates him and all of this type of stuff. She also had to talk to her oldest son separately. And y'all know that this is apparently what he wanted. He doesn't like Marcel, so them not being together is not that much of a blow to him. But I did feel like he was still somewhat bothered by a new shift in what we were supposed to be doing. Even though he wasn't happy, I think that just the change is now upsetting him. Even though he didn't show it that much, he didn't seem as happy as Anna was trying to make it seem. And I also didn't like the fact that she was like, oh, now he's going to be happy. Girl, he's a kid. He's a kid. Stop acting as if he's a parent that you are, rebelling against. You're happy now? Like, he's a kid. And if you were making the proper decisions from the very beginning, he probably wouldn't feel the way he does. But you make bad decisions and you don't put your children's feelings at the forefront of your decision making. So you have to deal with your children, especially your teenage son, not being able to deal with that in the appropriate way. Okay? Like, it is what it is. I also feel like Anna is childish. Like, the man is asking you to come and see him, but instead of just going to see him and talk to him face to face, which is obviously what you really want to do because you're not over it. You're still in love with him. You still want to marry him even though you're mad and in your feelings. And now because your friends and your mama done put a battery in your back, you want to act like your children matter to you more than they initially did when you were okay with lying about their existence. But that's neither here nor there. But I still feel like if you weren't really bothered, if you weren't really trying to still talk to him, why are you sending him the text messages, I hate you, you ruined everything, and all of this type of stuff? Like, just stop talking to him. Like, you're even having conversation back and forth through text message shows that you're not handling this like an adult and you're being childish. Go see him. Instead of sitting up there texting all this, mad, mean stuff back and forward to him. Okay? I'm just saying, like, it's just all childish. She's childish, he's childish, and we'll see how it all plays out. But apparently he's about to go back to Turkey, and she doesn't want to see him. So, y'all, Angela is highly upset and wrinkled about Michael not getting his K1 visa approved. So she goes and talks to a lawyer, and basically the lawyer says that they have not gotten the paperwork, with the stamp saying that it's been denied, but it's probably going to get denied. And one of the other options that Angela has is to go and get married in Nigeria and prove that you and Michael's relationship is real by getting married there, instead of making it seem as if only getting married in America is the option. Go through the K3 visa process, okay? Michael's lawyers told him the same thing, that now the best thing that they can do is get married in Nigeria and then try to bring him over as a spouse. But Angela is so irate and upset that she's a tax-paying American and it is her right to get married in her country. And it's just really exhausting, because if you felt that strongly about being in your country to marry somebody, then you should have chose somebody that already was from your country, okay? Instead of fetishizing some African man and being so gung-ho about not getting married in his area, talking about your mom wants to be there. Girl, your mama don't like Michael. Your mama don't care about you marrying no young man. Your mama just want to make sure that you gonna take care of her until it's time for her to go on up to Jesus. She don't care about being there for the umpteen wedding that you didn't have in your lifetime, girl. Stop sitting up there putting that on your mama like that's why. That's not why. It's because you want to be in America. You don't want to have it done in Nigeria. That's just the point blank period of it all. All right. But the lawyer tells her that either way, whichever thing she decides to do, K3 visa process or trying to send in more evidence like the phone bills showing how much they talk to one another, it's still going to take about 18 months. Like, it's still going to take a year or almost 2 years in order to get Michael to America either way. So this is a stressful situation, and I do not know if I'm going to be able to deal with Angela and Michael for more seasons, for 2 more years of seasons. I don't know if I can. I'm already through with them. They already annoy me. These past few episodes have been the most likable that they've ever been to me, and that's only because we saw Michael genuinely being upset by not being able to come here and be with her. But I mean, I'm over Angela and Michael, y'all. Okay, she is going to Nigeria so that she can try to get to the bottom of things. She couldn't find her passport. It was sitting right there in her purse, but she's asking the toddler to look for it like she went and hid the passport. Like, exhausting. Exhausting. So y'all, Jasmine and Blake. Jasmine works on my nerves. I don't see it. I don't see it for her. I don't like her. The dynamic of her being in these black people's household. Like, oh my God. First of all, her face not moving. And then her being so gung-ho about, I only cook, the fitness foods. What the hell are fitness foods? Healthy food? Unseasoned food? Good for you. We're glad that you're going through your life not eating any seasoning on your stale ass food, okay? Your whole life is blah. We recognize that. Your face is blah. Your appetite is blah. Like the whole thing, your attitude, personality is blah. We get it. You and your sister, blah. Like your storyline, blah, we get it, okay? Like your tan, bitch, okay? Your neutral colors, we got it, okay? Your stale face, no smiles, no extra nothing, no pomp and circumstance, nothing. No lights, no camera, no action, no glitter, bitch. She's supposed to be living in a house with his family. Y'all know that. The mom says, why don't you come and help me cook? I'm going to be cooking some Caribbean food. Y'all know she don't want to help nobody cook, okay? The lady asked her to take the tails off the shrimp, okay? Frozen shrimp nonetheless. process, all right? So she didn't even have to fully peel these shrimp or back them. Okay, which is the real deal process. And then she's like, with your fingers, with what else, Jasmine? With what else are you going to detach the shrimp from the tail? Let me know. With your feet, what are we gonna do? Like, what's happening here? You want to be ritsy titsy, but you don't know how to take the tail ends off some shrimp? What's going on? I can't. Okay, look. Then she doesn't want to cut the onions because they're going to make her cry. Girl, deal with it like everybody else that has to cut up some onions, all right? Either way, Blake's mom asked, what are, the plans for the wedding? What are we doing for the wedding? Because in our culture, the bride's parents pay for the wedding and the groom's parents pay for the rehearsal dinner. Now, mama, let's be honest. Do people really do that like that out here? I don't know. Maybe back in the day, but I don't feel like that's like a regular occurrence, like talking about it. If two grown people gonna get married, 9 times out of 10, whoever's family has the most money is the one that usually helps. Or those two grown people pay for their own damn wedding, okay? Now, in my family, my mom, paid the most with the wedding because that was her gift to me, okay? For being a good child and listening. The wedding was my present. And I was appreciative of that. She helped. But a lot of the other things that needed to be paid for were paid for by me and my husband because we were adults, okay? So I just kind of felt like, this whole conversation was very awkward to me. And Jasmine says that her parents aren't going to be okay with that. And I'm like, so what are your parents going to be okay with? Because it seems like to me, you come to this kind of lower middle class family and expected them to take care of you for the rest of your life. Like, is Blake making that much money for him to be able to take care of you without you working? It seems as if y'all don't have real conversations about anything. And it's just assumed that you're going to have a lifestyle to which you can just sit at home and do nothing. And I don't know if that's realistic for y'all at all. I don't know. But y'all know she used to be an egg model. And now that she's in America, she can't really work like that. I said, really? You can't be an egg model in America? Is that what you're trying to tell me? You need a social security number to get money over Instagram? You can't hook up a PayPal? Word? Okay. I mean, I guess because you need a bank account. But, you can't get a rush card. Child, look, I don't know what's going out. I don't know what the problem is when you are coming to a country and you're still in this process. I don't know, so I won't act like I do know. But all I know is it's just so awkward and weird for her to be living in the house with these people. They are polar opposites. It's just very cringeworthy to watch. Ugh. And then she wouldn't even taste the food that the mother was cooking. And I was just like, you are so disrespectful. Like, you're not even gonna taste the food? Like, get away from me with this. Because, like, I hate people, I don't put poisons in my body, but I'll put them in my face so that my face will never move. Like, your body is your body, and getting Botox is not healthy either. If we're going to make a big deal about putting seasonal on chicken. Like, get out of here. Y'all, Sinjin and Tanya. Y'all know it's the same old thing, okay? Sinjin is lonely. Back in America, waiting on Tanya to come home. She's in Costa Rica living her best life. Popping it in an Old Navy dress down to the club with the homegirls that ain't got no men's. Okay? Like, it's just, she's just so disrespectful. Like, the entire episode, all this man is asking for is for her to let him know that she's safe and she's gotten inside at the end of the night. He's not even making a big deal about the fact that you out in these Costa Rican streets being a thought pocket, okay? Because you really were. I know you weren't doing anything, but your whole energy was, I'm on the search for some meat. That's what it came across as to me, okay? With your titties all out, you know what I'm saying, and dancing with the dance instructor, and he looked like he just wanted to give you that long thing. He just looked like he could not wait to slay that down, okay? So I just kind of felt like there was an energy going on with Tanya when she was in the club. And then she was getting wasted, and the man is calling her and just asking for her to, say goodnight to him and let him know when she's gotten inside. And because she's so drunk, she doesn't know if she can do that. She can't promise she will do that. She doesn't know why he keeps asking her to do that every time she goes out, because she never does. Okay, she can't give him what he wants. But in the confessional, she realizes that he's not really asking for a lot. But during the scenes, she feels as if he wants more attention than she can give. Okay, the fact that homeboy was standing next to her when she picked up the FaceTime, it was just like, you just don't even care about his feelings at all. Like, you just don't care. At some point, he went and spent some time with her sister and her sister's man and their baby. And the sister kind of feels the same way about Tanya. Like, Tanya don't care. Tanya's gonna do what she wants to do. She asked this man to come here, runs to Costa Rica, and creates even more problems in space in between them by not giving a shit about his emotions and his feelings, and tells him that she can't give him what he needs. Then why would you let him come all the way to America, Tanya, if you weren't going to make an effort to give Sinjin what he needs as a man? Like, that's just ridiculous to me. And like her sister said, this is just basic communication. Okay, like, I don't understand why this is so hard for her. So after that night, the next day, she gets on the phone with Sinjin, and he feels like they need to, talk about some of these issues and correct some of these things, because she was joked out and not taking his feelings seriously that night. But while they're on the phone, she's admitting, that she just can't give him all the attention that he requires. And he's like, look, if we're going to be together, we're going to have to fix this issue, because you have a problem communicating and you seem to just not give a shit. Like, that's a problem. Girl, Sinjin and Tanya are not going anywhere. They're not going down the aisle. They just probably not going to be together. And if she's pregnant, I wouldn't be surprised if the baby not for the dance instructor that she met in Costa Rica. So you guys, Robert's sister Robin came in town this week. She's staying with Robert and Annie and the baby. And the more I see Annie with Bryson, the more I like her. Like, she really seems to have a genuine love for the little boy, and he loves her to death. And I do think that is so endearing and so sweet. I'm not even gonna lie. And the more I look at Robert, the more I get annoyed with his old man mindset about things, because if this is what you wanted, then that is what you should have sought after. You should not meet a girl and one day propose to her, bring her to America, and then think you're going to be the adult in the situation, because that is not what grown-ass people do a lot of the time. Grown-ass people like to get to know somebody before they bring them into their family dynamic, before they propose to them, before they bring them to their country to pay for them. Like, you skipped a lot of steps, and it's just annoying how nitpicky you are about this young woman. Like, I can't believe I feel like this at this point, but I really feel like Robert is annoying as shit. And I do feel like I'm so thankful that Robin came. Robin and Annie have developed a friendship on the WhatsApp since Robert and Annie started dating. So they are cool. They are friends. Robin is supportive. And Robin also realizes that she thought things were better than they really are. She does have this come to Jesus conversation with Annie and Robert, and she's like, you do realize that he's poor, right? I mean, he's not poor like homeless, but he's poor like he has child support to pay. He doesn't make a lot of money, and you seem to think that he's going to be able to get you a better apartment and buy you a whole bunch of new clothes, and he can't afford any of that. Do you realize that? Like, okay, and he's like, I mean, he told me what he was gonna do for me, he said he was gonna do this and gonna do that, and now, he's not gonna do it. He said a lot of things when I was in Dominican Republic, So, obviously, he's been spinning a tale to her, but the realization is the realization. You're here now. You see what it is. He's living in a one-bedroom apartment, and he hasn't even gotten a bed for his 6-year-old son. Hello, sis. This is obviously a poverty issue we're dealing with here. So, your expectations do need to be lowered. Real. Then things got even more awkward when she says, I really need more sex. I need more sex. Okay, at least 3 times a week. Okay, and he's not giving me enough sex. Robert isn't giving me enough sex. I need more. And Robert is like, why are you talking about this in front of my sister? She's like, well, your sister is my friend. So, I'm going to tell her about it. She's my friend. I'm like, well, I'm glad y'all friends, because she don't have nobody else. Okay. And then Robin and Annie go shopping for a wedding gown, and she has a $400 limit on her wedding dress. Child, child, y'all should have went to David's bridal. But they were able to find a very beautiful dress that was to Annie's liking. And Robin was so supportive, and she got emotional, and she started to cry because she misses her sister. And now Robin is her family, and she's her sister. She was so glad she was there for her, but it made her miss her own family. And I didn't realize that Annie's mom had passed away. I think they might have mentioned that earlier on, and I just forgot. But she was just talking about, you know, how much she missed her mom, and she started to cry, and I felt really bad for her. And she was just all emotional, and it came off very real. And I was appreciative of that, okay? And I like Robin. Robin is so nice and so supportive of Annie. And, you know, it just was cute. I was here for it. I really, really was. So, y'all, Mike and Natalie. Natalie works on my nerves. I'm going to just tell y'all that right now. He goes to the embassy to see what the issue is with her visa, because there have been some problems, okay? And he doesn't know exactly what it is. So he goes to the embassy. When he comes out, he looks disappointed. He says that it's classified and they can't discuss with him nor Natalie what the issue is. So he and Natalie go to dinner, and he starts to ask her questions like, have you lied about anything on your application? Have you tried to get a visa with anyone else before me? And he's just asking her questions to try and understand what is going on. But she's upset. She's bothered. She can't believe he's asking her these questions. She can't believe he doesn't trust her. So now she storms off and cries. And then she comes back to the table pissed off, okay? And tells him that she just wants to go home because she can't believe, you know, that he doesn't trust her. How will she marry a man who doesn't trust her? I said, girl, if you don't grow the hell up, I am so exhausted with you expecting everybody to baby you and you crying at the drop of a hat over any old thing. It is a question. If it's a no, then it's a no, and we're moving past it. She just overreacts to everything, and I'm exhausted with her. I don't know what type of patience a man has to deal with a grown-ass woman that has temper tantrums every 5 minutes. She's exhausting. I don't care how cute she is. I don't care how beautiful she is. She's a soul suck, and I'm over it. Y'all, Emily and Sasha. Child, Sasha worked on my nerves this episode. So he's drinking with Emily's mom and her sister Betsy, all right, because she's sleeping with the baby. And they discuss the wedding and if his parents are going to be there. And of course, his parents aren't going to be there because the wedding is going to be here in the States. They discuss how his parents really loved Emily. So Betsy asks if it's because she's American. Like, do your parents like my sister because she's American? Are y'all a family obsessed with having access to America? Like, oh my God. Okay. Betsy then points out the pattern of him impregnating women, marrying them, and then leaving them. So are we getting to the deadline with Emily where you're going to leave her destitute for another woman? And it's a drunken conversation. Betsy needed liquid courage in order to ask him these questions. And the mom really didn't want to be a part of this. She didn't want to make him uncomfortable. But Betsy said, this is my house. I'm feeling, loose. And if I want to ask him these questions, then I will. Okay? She wants to know, how are any of the promises he made to his previous wives different from the promise that he's made to Emily? And he insists that Emily is different. But we all know that that's a lie. Okay? That's a lie. Betsy says, we shall see. Okay, and then the next time we see them, he's gonna cook a salad or make a salad, always trying to draw attention to the fact that Betsy isn't in the greatest shape and Emily needs to make sure she's eating healthy to lose the baby weight. It's just obnoxious to have a man worrying about your weight that much and trying to act like it's about health. It's not about health, okay? So he comes in and starts to throw things away from the kitchen. Sir, this is not your damn house. You cannot throw away food out of somebody else's pantry. What the hell is wrong with you? Talking about it's not healthy. Y'all, it was Veggie Snacks. It was veggie sticks. Like, are we seriously? They weren't even that bad. And he was throwing them away. These aren't vegetables. These are vegetables. Look, we can have both. Don't be throwing nothing away. Betsy was putting all her stuff back in the pantry. And he was like, this is trash. This is trash food. And she was like, you're trash. Okay? You're trash. Get your ass out my kitchen. Like, he's just so disrespectful, so entitled, such an asshole. It's exhausting. I'm over him. Emily, you don't see it yet? And Emily tries to have a conversation with Betsy, making excuses for how stressed out he is and all of that. But it's like, I don't care. I don't care. He's an asshole. Y'all need to find y'all own place since he thinks it's okay to throw people's food out of their pantries. He'd have been gone. You're not about to throw no food away out my house. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? You don't pay no bills here. You don't throw no food away out my house. Boy. But yeah, y'all, that's all that went down on 90 Day Fiance. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This episode was good. And I will see y'all in the next one. All right? Love y'all.